today's video, we're going to be diving into portfolio pages on Squarespace 7.1. Now, the great thing about portfolio pages is they're so versatile. You can share case studies or recent projects, or if you're an artist, you can showcase your work. The use cases are endless. So let's head on over to the computer and I'll show you how they work. To add a portfolio to your website, come into Pages, and then in the main navigation, if you want it to appear up here, or in the Not Linked section, if you want to link out to it on a page, click on the plus icon. So choose Main Navigation or Not Linked section. We're going to click here, and then under Collections, select Portfolio. You can now choose a starter layout. Doesn't matter which one, they both can be edited and changed up. We're going to give our portfolio a name. So I've called mine Case Studies, and you'll see here we've got the 4 little blocks here. That's what lets you know it's a portfolio page. Now, if we click into that, you'll see all of our projects are displayed here, and they are all shown on this main project page. To edit this page itself, you select Edit. This is where all your portfolio items are going to appear. If you select Edit Section, you'll see here you can adjust how this looks. So we've got a number of different layouts. We've got hover follow cursor, which means if you hover over it, it's going to display the featured image. We'll cover that in a minute. We've got hover fixed, so similar. This is not great for user experience, I should say that. So unless you're doing some sort of creative work, I would stay away from these ones if you're trying to create a really easy user flow. We've got our simple grid, that's what we started with. Hover background, which means you hover over and see the different thumbnails. And then grid overlay, which looks similar to the grid, but if we hover over it, you see the project name. And you'll see each of these comes with different settings for things like the aspect ratio, text placement, when the text is shown. So you can go through these based on the layout you like, and you can adjust all the different settings. So we're going to select grid simple for now. Keep the width as full. Height we'll do medium. Columns I'm going to switch to 3 just by dragging this over. I could choose to adjust the spacing, the aspect ratio if I wanted. I could align my text. And once I'm done, I can come to background. If I wanted to add an image background here, I could, or a video or an art option. But again, keep in mind the user's experience and making sure that it's easy to consume this content. You can also just select a simple colored background based on your themes. Now you can add a section above and below each of these items. So you'll see here, you can just add a section. So you might want to introduce your portfolio. So we could put recent case studies. And I'm not going to go into too much detail on styling this page because I have a whole Fluid Engine editor tutorial that walks through that I'll link to below. I will just edit the section here, select colors and select bright so that it's all lined up. But that's how you would style your portfolio page itself. Once you're done, hit done and save. To edit your whole portfolio settings, click this gear icon next to what we've called case studies. And you'll see here under the general tab, you can give it a page title, navigation, choose your URL slug, so domain.com/case studies. Choose to enable the page. If you want to add a password so only clients can see this, you can do that here. Under SEO, you would want to give it a title and a keyword-rich description. And if for any reason you want to hide this from search results, you can click that toggle on and not worry about this. Again, that would be for an instance where you just wanted to share it privately with potential clients, something like that. Social image is the image that will share out when you share this link on social media, so you want to make that really appealing. I have a training on that as well that includes a free template that will be linked in the description. And then advanced is if you're adding any additional code. So once you've done all that, hit save. And now we can look at an individual project. So you start off with these demo templates. If we click the 3 dots, you can delete any of these projects. If you want to adjust the settings for an individual project or portfolio item, you would select here. And it's very similar. You give it a featured image. Now this is the image that appears on those hovers. That's where that image is coming from. So you definitely want to pay attention to this. Give it a title. So I'm just going to call mine client name for now. So if this is a case study, I might call mine client name, and then I could give it a URL slug as well. Now, if you have some sort of template that you use over and over again, so like say you did have a case study template or a gallery template, you can always create one and hit duplicate to save yourself some time. SEO, same thing, give it a title and a description, and make sure you add a social image for sharing, and then hit save. And you'll see that's updated. Now this is just a template that Squarespace has added. We're going to add a new one in here, so we'll click this plus icon. And again, you can choose a starting layout here. There's a few options, or you can just add a blank project. And as you see, it brings up all of these different settings again. So you can just go through them all. And then once you're done, hit save. And our new portfolio item will appear at the bottom, but we can always drag that up as well. So just to show you how this works, if we hit edit, this works like any other page. The only difference is you see here at the bottom, we have client name and then project 2. So this is our way of navigating through our various case studies, projects, galleries, whatever our portfolio item is. But the main section itself works like any other page in Squarespace. So if we add a section, you'll see here, if you scroll down to portfolios, you can always access some of these templates at any point in time. And there's some really fun effects here using the new Fluid Engine editor. We're going to go with simple, scroll up, add a blank section, and I'm just going to create something really quickly. So I've added a text block that says client name. If I hit G, I'll be able to see the grid, center it, and if I click on this text, I can center this too. Maybe pull these rows up. So really simple. I'm going to add another section and I'm going to use some of these templates. So maybe I start with this one. And this section could be about the client. And I might want to delete this button. Add another section. Maybe we select this one. And this is where we'll share the problem the client was facing. Add another section. Here I'll insert the solution. Add a section. And then to display the results, I'm going to come under services and I'm just going to select one of these. But I'm going to change it out. So I'm going to hit edit content and I'm going to go to content, title, change this to the result. And in here I could come in and change out these images and showcase the result that we got. Maybe here I add their website so that you can see in more detail. I might add a testimonial, so add another section, delete this. And then I want to add a call to action, right? Like if you enjoyed this, if you like this, here's where you can sign up. Or here's where you can purchase this art, whatever it may be. So add one more section and I'm just going to make it this. And here I could replace this with a form if I want. Now I'm going through this super fast. It's not supposed to be a training on how to create a portfolio page. If you would like that training, let me know. But it's just to give you an idea of how this works. So then you can scroll through, you can adjust it. And like I said, you can use that little duplicate option to do this for every client that you have. Just make sure that you're always coming into your mobile view and editing it so that it looks good on all devices. And so that's how you create a portfolio with Squarespace. Now, just to give you one idea of how this could look, if we come into Artique, you see this one has got the hover over. So if we hover over, these are the featured images that we're seeing. So it's just a black background with two pictures on the background to create this. And if we click into one, you'll see here there's a section added and then we've got some images here. And if we scroll all the way down to the bottom, you can scroll through the various different galleries. So as you can see, pretty easy to set up, but the possibilities are endless. You can really play around with this and make it your own. And there's a lot of creative, fun, playful things you can do with portfolio items in Squarespace. The only thing I'd say is if you're a service-based business, keep in mind who your end user is. You want to make sure they have a good experience. Now, if you're speaking to creatives, they're going to love these different features like the hover over, things like that. But if you are trying to solve a problem or delivering case studies, I'd say keep it simple and make it a really, really great experience for your end user. Hey, if you like this video, there's a good chance you'll also like this one.